Hello, hello. Welcome to the call. I'm so glad that you could join us. If you are listening live, then welcome. If you are going to listen to this, if somebody has sent this to you and you're listening now, welcome. We're just gonna pretend that you are on the live call. I'm so excited to be with you. My name is Natasha Phillips. I'm a district manager with Arbonne, and I am just so excited to bring this opportunity to you. We are discovering what I've called Discover Arbonne, and it is, in a snapshot, discover how to achieve your dreams, take control of your health, take control of your wealth, take control of your life. So to give you a little bit of background on me, first of all, we won't make this real long, but to give you a little bit of background on me, my name, as I have said, is Natasha Phillips. I live in Hermann, Missouri. I'm a mother and wife. I have 3 boys, ages 3, 4, and 13. So they're a little bit spread out there. Keeps things interesting. But, I decided to do Arbonne a couple years ago. I guess it was. Not I guess, it was a couple of years ago. But I was handed this opportunity kind of already knowing a little bit about Arbonne. I was actually introduced to Arbonne in my early 20s. I started using it for their makeup. That was really my exposure to it, was simply the makeup, and I just had a couple things that I used, and I loved it. My mother is the one who said, I think you need to take a look at, using Arbonne, because I literally could not find anything that worked, that I liked. And I found Arbonne and I fell in love with it, and I thought, well, I'm never going to use anything else. And so then I go about my life, and I was a waitress. I managed a grocery store. I ran a microbrewery. I actually went to school for landscape design, and I did that for a little while. So I've kind of done a little bit of everything. And when our last one, Ivan, was about 4 months from being born, I left my job at the brewery and decided to become a stay-at-home mom. And that was a very difficult decision for me. I had always worked. I had worked from the time I was 14 on. So not that being a stay-at-home mom is not working. That is by no means what I am saying. What I found, it was a lot more work than what I was used to. There was something very regimented about the 9-to-5 job that I liked, that I thrived off of. I felt like I was really struggling in my life to feel like I had purpose. I could look at my kids, but they couldn't talk to me. They were 17 months apart, and then my oldest was at school. And I was just emotionally struggling, mentally struggling with this whole idea of staying home. And so my youngest was about a year when the opportunity was presented to me to pursue the business side of things. And I thought, well, why not? What do I have to lose? Not the greatest attitude, but really it was better than nothing. So I decided to give it a shot. I thought, well, at the very least, I could be getting my products at a discount. And that's honestly what I did. I did not really pursue the business. I had a month that I would, and then I would have a month that I didn't, and then a month that I would. And I kind of would get caught up in the whole idea of I want to drive a white Mercedes, which we'll get to, but I want to drive a white Mercedes, but I didn't want to put the work into it. So I'm here to tell you right now, Arbonne is a great opportunity to, sorry, I was doing something with my screen. So Arbonne is a great opportunity, but it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not something that you do and just money kind of falls out of the sky onto your lap. It's actually something that you are building a business. You are building your future. And so it took me a little bit to grasp a hold of that. I went through a few different stages, the stage of being super excited, stage of being very frustrated, stage of I'm not sure this is for me, and then a stage of I'm going to do this, and kind of like just decided to do it because I did not want to go back to work, quite honestly with you, and we were in a position that I needed to, and I did not want to go back to work. I needed to have some extra money coming in, but more than that, I knew I loved the products. My life had been transformed through the 30-day healthy living challenge that we had. I, of course, was using the skincare at that point and using the makeup, which I have been doing. My now 4-year-old Elliot had used the baby line and had been cured of his eczema. And it just, after going through medications, I found something that instead worked, and the medication lotions weren't working. And so Arbonne's baby line worked for his eczema. So that was huge. My mental stability had returned. So emotionally, I was invested in the products. I knew I loved the shampoo. My oldest was using everything. It was very easy. It was a very easy transition for me to think about taking it from personal use to a business, because I knew I loved the products. What wasn't easy for me was actually translating the fact that I love the products into a business. So it took a little bit for me to kind of get that going, and I guess it was about 8 months ago that I became district manager, and I am approaching area manager, and I will be a region, and super excited about that. So that's a little bit about me, and some of those names won't make sense to you of titles, but we'll get into that. So why Arbonne? Like, why should you think about doing this business? There's a lot of network marketing companies out there. Network marketing is the future of what businesses are going to look like. I love network marketing. It's not the most comfortable thing for me always. I like to be comfortable, and it's not always the most comfortable, if I'm being perfectly honest, but it is the most fun, and it is the most exciting, and it's always changing. And networking is not always changing, but I am always changing. My business is changing, and how I do that. And I love that. That was one thing in my previous jobs that I always would get bored, and I hated being bored. I would master something, and then I would just, okay, what's next? And with Arbonne, I'm never bored. There's product I can learn about. There's the personal development. There's just so much that continues to be poured into my business that is changing and shaping the person that I am. So I absolutely love that. So anyway, why should you look at Arbonne? Like I said, there's a lot of companies out there. You'll see other network marketing companies. There's a reason that I chose Arbonne when I knew I liked the makeup. But more than that, there's more to it than that. Arbonne is 35 years old, and we are growing. We're not becoming stagnant. We are growing leaps and bounds. We're a global company. I was talking to somebody who is involved with network marketing and very successful in what she does. She's with a different company, and they are a global company, but she herself cannot actually grow a business in another country. She cannot have consultants in that country. They have to all be within their own country. With Arbonne, I'm here in the United States, and I can build a team in the countries that Arbonne is in. And to me, that is amazing. That is just an amazing concept for me. So that is one reason. Like I said, we're 35 years old. We have the research and development behind us. We have a medical advisory board. When I mention the research and development, we are gluten-free. We are paraben-free. We are free of harmful ingredients and harmful chemicals, where we do not use any artificial sweeteners. We do not use any dyes, any fragrances. That's great. In today's society, we hear a lot of those words, and those are the companies that are popping up that you're starting to see maybe here and there are more going to what they call like the natural route, which Arbonne uses the best of nature and science. But they're going more the nature route, and because when people go to the grocery store, they want things that are gluten-free. They want things that are GMO-free. They want, no artificial sweeteners. Well, Arbonne's been those things for years. For years. We're 35 years old. We've always been this way. We're not just this way now. And so the times are like catching up to where Arbonne is, and I love that. And so we're just exploding because we have this research, this development that's gone on with our business. We've never tested on animals. We don't have any animal products or byproducts. That's huge, and we have the foundations to back us. So it's a very exciting business, because we have been green, we have been pure, we have been safe, we have been beneficial for years now, and now the trends are kind of catching up to that. So timing and trends is everything when I looked at this business. The other thing I looked at is the fact that these products are consumable, and that's just a real quick example of that. Is the protein shakes. Okay, so I drink the protein shakes every day. I'm not always in a frame of mind to fix myself breakfast because I love the protein shakes. And actually, it's more nutrition than I'm going to get if I fix myself a full breakfast. But my 13-year-old, he drinks a protein shake. He's mowing this summer. You know, like today when he went out to mow, he had drank a protein shake before he left. He took the Phytosport hydration drink with him to replenish as he was, you know, we live in Missouri. It's very humid here. It may not be always hot, but it's very humid here. So a lot of sweating today. And so he took the hydration to, you know, kind of refuel him. My kids, the shampoo, you know, they use in the bathtub, everything in our house is Arbonne that can be Arbonne, and it is consumable. We reuse it, we reorder it. We're going through shakes, you know, every 15 to 20 days, we're going through a bag of shake. That means if I'm going through it, somebody else who falls in love with the shake is going to be using it also. Every time they order, that's a paycheck for me. I love that. I don't have to constantly be pursuing new sales, what people call as sales, because this isn't sales. This is redirecting your spending, and that's what we teach people to do. So I absolutely love that. That was just essential to me. I could not do something that, you know, if it were, I love other network marketing companies. I absolutely love them. I love 31. Most of my business is carried around in 31 bags. Absolutely love it. But I have enough 31 bags. I don't need any more. I bought how many I needed for my business, and I don't need any more. And that is not knocking 31 at all. That is not knocking. That is a fabulous company. They've been around a long time. I love them. But for me, I wanted something that was consumable. So that was the other thing. The other thing that Arbonne has is a generous, one of the most generous compensation plans that is out there in the market. They love giving to their consultants. They love spoiling their consultants. I've earned jewelry. I have not earned a trip yet, but I'm going to earn a trip. They have a Mercedes-Benz reward program where they give you a check to cover the Mercedes-Benz at the regional vice president level, and you get, you know, to go pick out your car, and they give you a payment for that. How awesome is that? I need a new car. I mean, seriously, we have a Honda Civic, and our whole family, all 5 of us, cannot fit in the Honda Civic. So we kind of have to plan our trips around having either 2 vehicles head to something, or 1 person, 2 people end up staying home, and the rest of us go. So I need a car. How many of us would love to have a new car, much less a Mercedes-Benz? I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. So anyway, those are a few things with Arbonne that made me just kind of go, okay, this is the company for me. This is a company I want to be a part of. The other thing is the culture in Arbonne is incredible. We are friends. We are family. Some of my strongest friendships are coming out of Arbonne. I'm meeting new people and keeping in touch with them, and I love it. Why? Because we're all focused on making sure that what we're using on our body is safe, that it's pure, that it's beneficial, that it's not going to be harmful for our kids, that it's not harmful for us. That's what we want. That's what we want to help others achieve, help others see. Also, we want them to be healthy, and we want to help them with that. And so we have this common bond, and I absolutely love that. You know, this is not a company for just women. There's men involved with Arbonne. There's generations. That's the thing with this. It doesn't speak to just one generation. You have your Gen Yers, you know, your X generation, you have your retirees. There's more groups in there also, but you know, it speaks to everyone on different levels, and I love that. So the compensation plan, to get to the compensation plan, is we have 4 different levels of management. In Arbonne, everybody starts at an independent consultant. Even the national vice presidents had to start at an independent consultant. So I like that. We all start on an even playing field. So everyone starts at an independent consultant. And then you have your district manager. At the district manager level, you can earn between $250 and $1,000 on average a month. So that's, you know, that's a nice little bump it pays for your Arbonne products that you may be using with a little bit extra to spend here and there. And so that can make a difference in somebody's life. And then we have an area manager. That's the next management level with Arbonne. And at area manager, the company becomes willable. Your company becomes willable. And there's not a whole lot of companies that you can build for yourself and make it willable unless you build a restaurant for yourself, or unless you build a landscaping company for yourself. And I'm not saying that any of those things are not worthwhile, but what if, what if it takes longer for you to build? What if it's not sustainable at the time that it becomes a willable company? Arbonne, the average time to become an area manager is anywhere between 3 to 6 months. So within 3 to 6 months, you could have a willable business. So some people it takes a shorter amount of time. Some people it takes longer. These are just averages. So at an area manager level, your average income is between $1,000 and $3,000. That's the average. Then from area manager is the regional vice president level. Regional vice president is the first level for the Mercedes-Benz. It's the first management level that you earn the Mercedes-Benz. And you also, it becomes a life-changing financial opportunity, I guess you could say, that the average income with a regional vice president is between $3,000 and $8,000. So that's per month, not per year, per month. So that's pretty incredible. And then we have the national vice president. National vice president, you have the Mercedes-Benz also, your company is willable, and the average income is about $20,000 a month. So completely life-changing. The average times to build your business to this, if you're somebody who takes the business and actually focuses and builds the business, is a district manager is anywhere between 1 and 3 months. Area manager is 3 to 6 months. Regional vice president is between 6 months and a year, and then or 6 months and 2 years really. And then national vice president is anywhere between 2 to 5 years. So I always ask people, like, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself being in 5 years from now? Do you see yourself driving a Mercedes-Benz? Do you see yourself running your own company? Do you see yourself taking trips with your family, sitting on the beach, going to the wineries, playing with your kids, taking them to the zoo in the middle of the day? Like, what do you see for yourself? If you don't have children, maybe you're gonna have children down the road. What do you want for your family down the road? If your kids are out of the nest and you're looking at maybe having grandkids soon, what kind of freedoms do you want? More and more people are not having the ability to retire. So this is not just a business for those that are in their 30s. This is not just a business that those that are in the moment of raising kids. It's for anyone. And I absolutely love that. So anyway, kind of to wrap all of this up, I wanted you all to be on the call tonight or listen to this call because I see something in you. And maybe the person that shared this with you, if it wasn't me, sees something in you. They see this desire to be in charge of your life. I talked to some people this last weekend and had a fabulous time with them, but it was kind of a recurring theme. We wish we could stay home, but we can't. If I could quit my job, I would, but I can't. I think we're so afraid of the unknown. We've become a society that is so afraid of going by faith and taking a leap in a direction that may not be conventional, but may be the way that we need to go. And I just encourage you, if I've shared this video with you, if somebody else has shared this video with you, it's because we see something in you. We see a desire to be in charge of your own life, to have your dreams. What are your dreams? My dream is to be able to take my kids and go on a vacation and not have the parameters of a time frame. My dream is to be able to be in a bigger house than what we're in right now, not because I'm unhappy or dissatisfied with my life the way that it is right now, but we're a little bit on top of each other. We have one bathroom. I grew up with one bathroom. When I was 17, I always joke with my parents and with my family. When I was 17, they added a couple more bathrooms in the house. I moved out when I was 18 for a period of time. So They must have known that that was going to happen. But I did end up moving back home, like most kids do. Not all kids do, but a lot of kids do. So I ended up moving back home. So I experienced the 2-bathroom thing, which is nice, and I experience it when I go home now. But the other thing they did was, so I'm the oldest of 11 children. There's a lot of kids, and my sister, Micah, is 18 months younger than me. And she and I always did the dishes, except for Tuesday nights. That was the boys' night to do the dishes. And so, or maybe it was Wednesday night, but we always did the dishes, and we never had a dishwasher. We just didn't. We just didn't have some of those things. So we didn't have a dishwasher. And my sister and I moved out of the house. I moved out when I was 18. She got married when she was 19 and moved out. And I think within 6 months, my parents got a dishwasher. So we always said they had to get a dishwasher because their dishwashers moved out. So if my mom or dad are listening, I just shared a little story of us. But I've never had a dishwasher. And the house that I'm in right now, I don't have a dishwasher. Sounds silly, but I have a dream to have a dishwasher. Is Arbonne going to give me that? Yeah, because I can't fit a dishwasher in my house right now. I need a bigger house. The way that that's going to happen is because I am building a future. I also want a future for my kids. My 13-year-old, when he goes to college, I want to be there for him. If he plays sports, I want to go. If I want to go visit him, if I can go visit him, I don't want him to go so far away. I want him to experience new things, but I want him to go so far away that I can't see him again. And I'm tied to a vacation, tied to somebody else telling me my worth, tied to somebody else telling me that I deserve this job or don't deserve this job. I don't want to fill out an application on a computer and then never see me and then decide if I'm worth somebody to call in and give that interview to. Why? Because I am worth it. You are worth it. You are worth not giving up on your dreams. You are worth taking this business and making it into what you want to do. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your kids' dreams. How many times do we tell our kids, oh, we'll take you to see the mountains, or we'll take you to Disney World, and then all of a sudden they're 10, 11, 12, and we haven't done it. Let's not wait. Let's take control. I have a huge heart for working with those kids, that teenagers that aren't able to really haven't been given what they wanted in life necessarily, or given the tools to succeed. I've never been able to work with them, but it's something that I've always wanted to do, and I will be able to do that. And Arbonne's Charitable Foundation speaks close to my heart because that's what they're about. They're about empowering that generation, the teenage. How many of us hated our teenage years? You know, and I love that. I absolutely love that. So, kind of wrap this up, please contact me, contact the person that sent this to you. If at all you want more information, this is kind of scattered. This was a little bit, you know, maybe you're listening to this and goes, well, she got a little personal. Well, that's kind of how I am, and that's what you find in Arbonne. I'm passionate about what I do, but I'm passionate about what I do because I can be who I am while I do it. And I love that. I don't have to be someone else. So thank you for listening. Thank you for giving your time, and I hope that something spoke to you here. You are special. Remember that. Whether you're a man, woman, child, just out of high school, retiring, you are special. You deserve this life. You deserve your dreams. And it's just a matter of, what are you going to do to get your dreams? And maybe you have your dreams. Maybe you're happy in your job, and that's great. But what's your plan B if something happens to your job? What's your plan B if somebody needs you, if somebody gets sick or something happens and they need you? Can you leave your job? Can you be there for them? And so anyway, just thank you for listening. Get back with the person that shared this with you. Contact me. I'd love to sit down with you. I'd love to buy you a coffee, talk to you more. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy this nice spring weather, and I hope it came across all right. Okay, have a wonderful night. Thank you.